This is a review of the Ikeda 9G SS moving coil cartridge. It's also a review of the step-up transformer, the Ikeda IST 201. They work hand in hand. We auditioned the cartridge without the step-up transformer, and I found that just a little bit of slam I would like to get wasn't there in the low end. As soon as I put the step-up transformer in, boom, boom. It's the best bass I've ever heard from a phonograph system. Now we'll get to the sound in a little bit. But let's start with the step-up transformer. It's got an input impedance of 3 to 6 ohms. It's got a load impedance of over 47K. It has 26 dB of gain. So that's more than enough for most any low output cartridge. The key to it though is that it's made particularly for low impedance, coil impedance, moving coil cartridges. So if you have a cartridge under 6 ohms coil impedance and you're not using a step-up transformer that's specifically designed for it, or a phonostage such as the Zandon or CH Precision that mate perfectly to low coil impedance cartridges, you're not hearing your cartridge. So check your cartridge, viewers. If you, again, you need to match a low impedance, internal impedance cartridge to the correct load. And that's what this does. It's an elegant unit, as you can see here. It's got a channel separation of over 90 dB, of course, because it's got 2 separate channels. It's not like a cartridge. Cartridges average about 30 to 33, 34. It is the newer model. It has the floating ground so that you can lift the ground by a flip of a switch. Now, you mated to the 9G SS cartridge. It competes in the price point up at the Opus 1 level. So you're talking expensive. How does it compare to the Opus 1? Well, that's interesting because I've had both of them in my system. I think it has more detail, it's more vivid, and has better bass. Both extremely good cartridges. I also should say at the beginning of this review that I'm so impressed with the step-up and the cartridge together that I purchased the review sample. And I don't normally do that. So that's a big, big endorsement. Now, spec-wise, the cartridge, it's a higher output cartridge than most Ikedas. I reviewed the 9TT cartridge 6 years ago. It has an output of 0.17 millivolt. This is 0.30 millivolt. It's a big difference. So it's more important in the gain here is matching the impedances. And again, that's what the step-up transformer does. So along with that very robust gain voltage output of the cartridge, it has a coil impedance of 3 ohms. Tracking force, you should average or look around 2 grams. I'm at 1.92. Frequency response is extraordinary. 10 hertz to 45 kilohertz. Channel separations over 30 dB. Stylus chip, they're calling it a square diamond. I'm not so sure I understand that as a stylus shape, so I'll just leave it at that. It weighs in at 14 grams. The cartridge is made in two pieces. It has a top plate that's titanium, and then that's coated and with rhodium, and then there's a 24 gold leaf 5 micron coating on the top plate. Inside there's a center pole. The center pole is a specific mu metal that is anti-vibrational. So taken together, this is unique. They polish the top plate, they polish the center pole by hand. And you can see the outside of the cartridge also has a 24 karat gold leaf 5 microns in thickness, and it's stunning to behold. It looks like a gold nugget sitting at the end of your tone arm. The cartridge is a limited production cartridge. Only 200 units are available worldwide. So if you're watching this video and you have the wherewithal, you want to check this out before these things are off the market. So that covers the primary specs of both units. Let's do some music listening, and then let's talk about the sound of these two outstanding components working together. The associated equipment we use for the review starts at the front end with the Kronos Pro turntable with the supercapacitor power supply and the Black Beauty arm. That's feeding into the Sam Kim Phonostage, which is feeding the Aries Surratt Genus integrated amplifier. The Aries Surratt is driving the Cube Nenufar loudspeakers. It's a very detailed, believable system that properly pressurizes this room. So let's do it. Let's play the Dead Can Dance track that we use so often. We use Song of the Stars from the Spirit Chaser album across many different listening rooms, so you guys can evaluate the differences in sound. Okay, here we go. Let's listen.
We are the stars which sing. We sing without light. We are the birds of fire. We fly over the sky. Our life is a voice. We make a road for the spirits to pass over. For the spirits to pass over. We are like the wind, wrapped in luminous wings. We make a road for the spirit to pass over. For the spirit to pass over.
When that track started, you could feel the tension when the shakers came in. There was so much channel separation, so much dimensionality on the shakers. And then when the tom-tom comes in, hitting the hand, you could hear the skin. I mean, it was so realistic sounding. And then when the bass line came in, I mean, the whole room just pressurized. That's what this is all about. That's what gives us the joy in this hobby. This cartridge digs it all out of the grooves. Okay, before we get into the sonic evaluation, Ikeda was founded back in 1985, Ikeda Sound Labs, by Isamu Ikeda. Ikeda-san used to be one of the designers at Fidelity Research. He designed the FR1 cartridge, the FR7 cartridge, the FR64 and 67 inch tone arms. In the mid-80s, my assumption is a group of investors or whoever was supporting Fidelity Research pulled the plug. Immediately, Ikeda-san started and founded Ikeda Labs. It's based in Japan. He was born outside of Tokyo. He's the master. Cartridge designers in Japan from the next generation mentored under Ikeda-san. So you're getting the best from the best. The cartridge slots in above the Kai. Kai used to be the top level cartridge for Ikeda, and now it's the 9G SS. So this is a monumental sonic achievement. First off, I've never heard bass out of a phono system or cartridge as I do with this cartridge. It is extraordinary. Second, it's got perfect detail retrieval. Not too hot, not too not, but it's just perfect. Everything sounds so realistic. I think that the biggest word I'll end up using in this review is sonic realism. This is a vivid, real sounding cartridge. This is not a musical cartridge. If you're playing 1980s rock records, you're going to have to pick some good ones. So when I had the 9TT 6 years back, that was a very nice cartridge. It had 1 foot on the boat and 1 foot on the dock when it came to musicality versus detail. It was a very, very nice balance. I think it was a little bit more musical than detailed. This is very different. I didn't expect this cartridge to sound this extraordinarily transparent and detailed. I thought that it would be more of a warm sound. And heck, that's why we have multiple cartridges in our portfolios. 2 nights ago, we played the Dire Straits' Kimi no Kei, the new MoFi release. The detail in that recording, I never heard it before like this. Never. They did such an outstanding job on the remaster. You could hear every specific image or layer independent from each other. I never knew it had a bass line so separate and distinct as we heard 2 nights ago. I'd like to play it for you, but copyrights would prevent us for that. But the Dead Can Dance, though. Was that awesome? So this is what this cartridge does. This cartridge pulls everything off your recordings. It presents it in an extremely natural way. It's not going to shave your ears off, but you have to use it with this step-up transformer or a step-up or a phono stage designed for low coil impedance phonograph cartridges. That's imperative. Given that there's a lot of competition in the marketplace, I'll remind you again that there's only 200 units worldwide available. Once they run out, then you're going to be bidding them up on the second-hand market. So if you have are you in the market for a top-level cartridge? If so, You have to audition this or purchase this, and I can assure you, you're getting as good as it gets today. Again, it's so good, we bought the review sample. My highest endorsement. So I hope you've enjoyed the review. Peter Bruninger reporting for AV Showrooms.